I'm Loren here with TMZ, and today I have my girl Nakia Stephens here with me, who is a screenwriter, but also the founder of Damn Right Originals. She's going to tell you guys a little bit more about that. But before she does, I really want to make the point and drive the point home of why I have Nakia here with me and why what you're watching right now is so important. In 2020, I feel like people are listening. You guys are watching. You want to know what we think the issues are and how they can be solved. And that issue is the fact that you won't see this. You won't see two Black women, two Black creatives, multiple Black creatives in one room when it comes to a lot of the major studios here in Hollywood, a lot of the major media outlets here in Hollywood, where there's a lot of power and money and just influence. And that's a problem. That is a problem because you need Black people to tell Black stories. So I have one of my favorite Black storytellers here with me, Nakia. Tell us a little bit about Damn Right Originals and how you ended up on this planet called LA.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole new world. So yeah, Damn Right Originals is my company. I started it out of necessity, to be honest, because there's no blueprint for this industry as far as screenwriting and storytelling, especially for Black storytellers. And so I'm like, okay, let me start something where Black creatives and storytellers can come together and create our own work. And so we did that in Atlanta and just started telling these marginalized stories, these narratives that we felt like we needed to reclaim. And we built our tribe from there. The execs that we have in Atlanta, a lot of them looked like us. So it was easy for us to get opportunities to showcase our work or opportunities to get funding for our work, et cetera. Everybody was in it and everybody was aligned with what we were trying to do.
What's the journey trying to build a supportive tribe like that to support your business and your creative here in LA? Like, paint the picture of me of the difference.
On the indie front, we've met Black creatives and it's been very helpful. But as far as like people to greenlight or people who are in the
money, the execs.
Yeah, the execs with the money, they look at what we've done and they're like, okay, this is good, cool. And then that's it. You know, it's like we still have to prove that we're worthy or that we can make these stories or that these stories matter. It's just very odd to try to approach a non-Black person saying, hey, like I have this story, and for them to just think of it as like a Black story and maybe it doesn't have a place at their network or a place at their studio, or we already have one Black movie like this. And it's like, I know. So it's only room for one.
And that comes from actual real life experience because some of your small films have gotten picked up by some networks, majority of them networks that cater to Black people.
Yeah, we were able to do like short films, and then places like Aspire TV or Revolt TV, BT, they've seen the stories and they've realized the necessity of stories like the ones that we created. And that's how our opportunities came.
I just feel like, why do we have to have the box? Like, why can't we have,
I don't like
the
whole,
like, I want the whole mall. I don't want to just have one walk-up cart in the mall that we can only shop from. Like, why can't we have that option if we want it? Like everybody else does.
Sometimes it's like less about, you know, Black audience versus non-Black audience. And it's more so about like what's the best fit for this story or what I can do and the resources we can have, who will have the more money to give to this project so that we can do it fully, you know?
There's a large conversation about people who just sell out. Like, look, at this point, just give me a job. I'll write whatever. I don't care to tell my stories. It seems like telling the stories that you want to tell are important to you.
That's a part of the hustle. Like, I get that. But it comes a point where you're like, you know what, I'm not about to keep making these films that don't really matter, or that's not changing anything. You know what I mean? It's like people hear the word diversity and they throw a Black person in as the best friend, or they throw an Asian person in as the store clerk who gives great advice. Like, I'm just like, this is not what we mean. This is not diversifying story. You're just sprinkling people around to make it look like it is. Even when somebody says, can you do this rom-com with XYZ? I'm like, sure. But I'm just definitely going to make it mine. You know what I mean?
When you look at some of the biggest directors, producers, and writers in Hollywood and their stories, the biggest thing is like they were super passionate and they had, you know, the story they wanted to tell, and they were allowed to do that, but they don't look like us. And that's not okay.
It's not okay. We have to jump through so many hoops just to get the crumbs of what
you're literally sprinkling like Salt Bae at this point because that's all you can do.
Absolutely. And it's honest, it's very sad. I'm just like, I've done all of these films on my own with very little funding. So like in my mind, if I'm an exec, no matter what color I am, if I'm an exec and I'm like, dang, she was able to do all of this with nothing. Like imagine if we give her the resources she needs and give her an opportunity.
So what's that like now, you know, following George Floyd and, you know, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and just like, some people are performative. Some people are truly really like, damn, I fucked up. I need to figure this out. But what's that conversation like now?
That's a slap in the face that something has to happen to me for you to then say you support me. I think I have the discernment to know when somebody is being performative and when somebody now just feels like, you know what, I wasn't listening to you before and I apologize and I would like to listen, you know? And so for the people who are being performative, I'm like, no, thank you. I have moved on. I'm going to make sure that they understand the difference between real allyship and then performative allyship. And then like ask them, what's the difference between before and now? Make them answer those hard questions. And if it's something that I feel like, no, then no. But if they seem like they're truly like trying to do better, then maybe we'll see.
Well, I hope that this also helps to amplify your voice and a bunch of other people's voices as well. And the main thing that I'm walking away with here is like, damn, like how many times in my life have I had to say, you know what, I'm gonna just bite the bullet and just take this check real quick, even though I don't care about this, or even though this is not, you know, what I came in the room thinking it would be when I left and stuff like that. And it's just, it's just not fair and it's not okay. And it's become okay to us. Like as a people, I feel like Black people have learned to, you know what, whatever they'll give me, I'll just take that and make it great because we make things great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we were taught to come in and whatever you can get, just take it. And that's not okay.
It's not. I want us to get out of the mindset that I'm happy to be here. Like, no, I don't want to think like that anymore. Right. We need to speak up more about what we deserve and make these execs and these people who are gatekeepers see us and make sure that they understand that we deserve to be here and we also deserve XYZ. So it's not going to be, I'm just happy to be here. No more of that.
No more of that, because Nakia should not have to put up with any more of that. I shouldn't, and neither should you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Nakia, thank you for joining me here today. And I'm rooting for you.
Thank you. I appreciate you for amplifying voices and all that you do. You're beautiful. You are powerful. And I'm rooting for you as well.
Thank you, girl.